Alright guys, so welcome back to this tutorial once again. So this tutorial will be learning how to make a gather's dress with a basque effect. The down part will be basque from the hip to the there will be a basque effect on it. So I'll be drafting the down part for this tutorial because I'm going to be using the um, um presence dart for the top. So I'm going to be using a presence dart. So I will leave a link on my description box in case if you don't know how to draft a presence dart bustier. So that is what I'll be using for the top. So I won't be um, including it on this tutorial, but I will leave a link so that you watch it. Actually, you can use um any upper bodice of your choice. You can use the basic bodice. You can as well use a maybe shoulder dart or off shoulder, whatever upper bodies you want to use for this tutorial. So but mine, I'll be using a presence dart. Okay, so I'll be drafting the down part where the basque will have the effect. Okay, so I'll be drafting both the front and the back together. So that is tutorial for today. So guys, in case if this is your first time of coming to my channel, you can kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new videos you get notified. Okay, so right now I'll go ahead and draft the down part of this dress, after which I'll go ahead and use my previous pattern to cut out the upper part. I will show us how to sew it. Alright, so now to cut the down part, you first of all, after cutting out the upper part, so my shoulder to waist measurement, I have shoulder to waist of 17 inches. Okay, so 17, I'll go ahead and add extra 1 inch. So and the the down part, because the down there will be girders on it, so I'll use from my shoulder to waist. That means the shoulder to waist measurement plus where I want um the girders to start. All right, so I want the girders to start around 30 inches, but I'll go ahead and add extra 1 inches, making 31 inches. Okay, so now what I will do is, so I will go ahead and mark out my, okay, so I'll come here. So I'll use everything here for this, but this is 1 inch here. So I'll go ahead and mark. So this is 1 inch. All right, so here will be my, so this is my dress length and this is the extra 1 inch for joining allowance. So and the dress, and where I want it to be, not actually the full dress length, but where I want the girders to start. Okay, so here I said I'll be using 30 inch, so this is my 30 inches. So you can see the remaining part here will be my um joining allowance. Okay, so here I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder to waist measurement. I remember my shoulder to waist measurement, I have 17 inches. So here I'll add half inch on top. So this is my 17 inches here. I'll go ahead and make a straight line. Okay, so from shoulder to hip measurement, I have 24 inches. So this is my shoulder to hip measurement, 24 inches. So this is the hip line. Okay, so this is my hip line. This is my hip line, and this is the waistline. All right, so this is the dress length. Okay, remember, like I said, I'll be drafting both the front and back together. So here I'll go ahead and mark out my 1.5 inch for zipper allowance for the back. This is for the back pattern. Okay, so here, this is my zipper allowance. I hope the chalk is visible. So this is for my zipper allowance. So I will label it my, this for zip. All right, so this is the zipper. Remember I said I'm drafting both the front and the back together. So this is my zipper allowance here. This part is the zipper allowance. So the next thing I'll do right now, I'll go ahead and impute my waist measurement. So my waist divided by 4, I have waist of um, my waist is 33 inches. So if we divide 33 inches by 4, that will give us 7.7. Okay, sorry, 8.2. So my waist divided by 4, that will give me 8.2. So you mark plus extra 1.5 inch. So I will not be adding that to this part. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add 1.5 inch of sewing allowance. I'll add extra half inch. This half inch is for the back, after which I will tell you the reason why I added this half inch. So my hip is 42. 42 divided by 4, that will give us 10. This is my back pattern and this is the front pattern. I'm drafting both the back and front together. Okay, so now this is my hip measurement. 42 divided by 4, that is 10 plus extra 1.5 inch allowance. So here, then the down part, I'll be reducing it by okay, that is my hip subtract. I will subtract 2 inches from my hip. All right, that will give me 30 30 42 minus, so 42 minus 3 inches, that will give us 39. So 39 divided by 4, that will give me 9.7. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add my allowance here. All right, I'll go ahead and connect the lines. I'll connect them together this way. I believe you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, all right, so this is what I have here. So the next thing I'll do right now, we are drafting both the back piece and front piece together. That is why you are seeing all this. So here now, this is my hip line. So here I'll be reducing here by half an inch. I'll go in. That is the reason why I added this half an inch, because I won't be using a I won't be using that. I won't be adding that to this tutorial. Alright, so because of that, I'll come in here by half an inch here. So after which I'll go ahead and connect it this way. So I'll come in by half an inch. So this is what I have here. I'll connect it back to the hip line. Okay, so I went in by half an inch. So that is why I added it back here. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to determine where my basque will start. I want my basque to start 2 inches above the hip line. I don't want it to start exactly on the hip line, so I'll go up by 2 inch. All right, so if you want, you can, your basque can start from the hip line, you connect it down like this. So this is how you cut your basque. You can connect it this way. All right, so but you can decide to connect from the hip line, but I want mine to be 2 inches above the hip line, so I'll connect it like this. So this is what I have here. So this is for my basque. So this is my basque now. So this is where I want my basque to stop. You can decide to use here, if you can decide to draw a line from the hip point, depending on your choice. You can as well decide to make it curve. It's not necessary it will be straight. If you want it curvy, you understand. So it depends on what you are working on. Okay, you can decide to make it curvy, but I want it a sharp one. So go ahead, you can add allowance. So I hope you guys understand. If you want to start from the hip point, you can start here. So but I don't want to start. I want my own 2 inches above the hip point. So now we'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so this is for the back, this is for the front. So from here now, I'll be cutting. So this is what we need now. So this is our back pattern. Okay, this is our back. I'll show you how to transfer it on your fabric. So this is our back pattern. Okay, so this is for the front. So if you want to cut the front, you place it like this and cut. If you want to cut the back, then you go in and cut. So this is it, guys. So now I'll transfer it on my side. Remember I said um I'll be using a princess dart for the upper part. All right. Okay, so I decided to make a tutorial on the. Remember I said I'll be using a princess dart for the upper part of the dress. So we have cut the down part. So I've decided to make a tutorial on the princess dart. Though I have it on my one on my videos. Okay, so let me make a quick one for the sake of those who have not watched. So here is my starting point. All right, I decided to make the video. I didn't want to make the upper part. All right, you can use any upper part of your choice for this tutorial. You can use the basic bodice and shoulder that presence that. So I want to use presence that. So okay, so let's go ahead right now. So here is my starting. I've marked here as my starting line. So the next thing you do is to determine your shoulder to waist measurement. So and your bust point, I have the bust point of 10 inches, but I'll go ahead and add. Okay, yeah, this is my 10 inch for the bust point here. So this is my bust point, 10 inches. Okay, so I'll come down by half an inch up and half an inch below. Okay, so and I've already gotten my shoulder to waist measurement, and the under bust measurement I'll be working on is under bust measurement of 13 inches, but I'll be marking 13 and a half because it's a shoulder facing that. So I'll go ahead and make it 13.5. Okay, so if you watch my other video on how to drag this crescent, that you understand what I'm talking about. All right, so this is what you have here. So the next, now go ahead and put my shoulder measurement. So here my shoulder measurement, I have the shoulder measurement of 16 inches divided by 2. That will give us 8. All right, so I'll go ahead and add extra half inch for joining. So 8 and a half. So I will come down here by half an inch for my shoulder slope. So from that shoulder slope, I'll be marking my armhole. I'm using 8 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect the lines. So I'll go ahead and connect the line. After that, the next thing I'll do right now, from this under bust, okay, I'll go ahead and mark in here 1 inch inwards from the under bust down to the waistline. 1 inch inwards will come in by 1 inch. Okay, so I'll connect the lines here. So here I'll be marking from the outer part, I'll be marking 1.5. So I'll go in by 1.5. So this is it. So I'll use my French cord to connect. So I'll use my French cord to connect it. So the reason for this my half inch up and half inch below is because I don't want to have a sharp edge. So I'll connect it to the down to the half inch down. As you can see, I've connected it. So here, this 1 inch inwards now, I'll go ahead and connect it to this 1 inch, to the half inch above the bust point, like so. So this is what I have here. Okay, so now the next thing we'll do right now is to determine where. So from the shoulder slope, I will be marking 3.5. I'll get the midpoint. The midpoint is what I have here is 8 inches. So you get the midpoint, or you can as well. Okay, I want it to be a bit up. Okay, let's just use the midpoint. So I have 4 inches here. You can use 4. So I'll mark 2 inches outward. So I'll connect. I'm trying to be fast because already I have this how to make this. I have it already on my videos. Okay, so now go ahead and connect the armholes. Okay, so this is what I have here. So you determine the neck width you want. Here I want the neck width I'll be working on around 4 inches, the neck width, and the neck depth I'll be using a I'll be using 3.5. I want it a little bit high, so I'll be using 3.5 for the neck depth. For the neck width I'll be using 4 inches. So I'll connect it this way. So this is my neckline. So from this neckline now, I'll go ahead and connect the shoulder slope. So I'll connect it to my shoulder slope. So this is what I have. Remember, we are not done with this part. So the next thing I will do from here, I'll go ahead from this bust point now. The half inch we came up, I'll connect it to the midpoint of the shoulder, of the armhole, the midpoint. Remember, so I'll connect it. After which I'll go ahead and connect. You can use a straight glue and also connect, or you can also use your French curve to connect it to the extension, to the 2 inch extension. The reason for that, so that after you finish joining, you will not be shortage of um fabric. If you don't add this extension, you will be shortage. So this is what you have here. You can see our cup has formed. This is the crescent um dart. So the next thing is to impute our horizontal measurement. So here now I have my bust measurement is 36. So 30 divided by 4, that is 9 inch. So here I'll be adding this 1 inch I removed here. So determine your how many inch or allowance. So I'll be adding 2.5. So on my waist measurement I have 32 inch for the waist. So here remember the dart intake is 2.5, so I will replace 2.5. You came in by 1.5 outward and 1 inch inward, making 2.5. So go ahead and add your allowance. You do the same thing at the waist. The waist measurement is 33. So 33 divided by 4, that is 8.2. So you mark it, then your dart 2.5 inches and your sewing allowance. So after which you go ahead and connect. Okay, so you connect it. So this is what you have here. All right, so this is our patience dart. So the next thing is for us is for me to cut it out. So I'll go ahead and all right guys, so now we are done with the front part. So we move to cut out the back, after we should go ahead and transfer it on our fabric. All right, so I'll be using this paper to draft our back. Okay, so I don't have joined it. So you do the same thing. You go ahead and mark out your shoulder to waist. So here now I'll be using this our shoulder to bust point 10 inches. So here is my bust point. So I'll mark it like this. Okay guys, so now I've marked out my bust point. So you go ahead and mark out your shoulder to waist plus your sewing allowance. So this is my bust point. So now go ahead. Here this line is my zipper. That is the zipper line. So from the zipper line now, I will mark my shoulder measurement. Shoulder divided by 2 plus my sewing allowance, my joining allowance. That is 8.5. So you go ahead and mark it. So from here now, I'll be marking out I'll be marking the shoulder slope, half inch. From that half inch, I'll mark my shoulder my armhole, which is 8. I'm using 8 inches as well for my armhole. So I'll connect the line. Alright, so now, so from here I'll get the midpoint as usual, 4 inch. So I'll go out by 1 inch, or you can use 1.5. Our extension. So so that by the time you finish joining, you will not be shortage of fabric here. So I'll go ahead and connect the armhole. So this is the armhole. Alright, so the next thing now is to input the neckline. Remember, we use the neck width of 4 inch for the front. We use it as well. So the neck depth, I want this neck to be a dip, to go down. So I'll be using 9 inches for my neck depth. Okay, I want it down. You can determine to use, because the front is high, so because of that I want the back to be low. All right, so I want the back to be low. So now this is my back neckline. Okay, so I want it to be down, so I'll go ahead and mark the shoulder slope. So this is the shoulder slope. Right, okay, so now the next thing I will do here, I will input my dart. This is my dart. Remember, we use your nipple to nipple measurement. Your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Okay, all right, so we'll cut it. I'm trying. All right, so now 1/2 inch on both sides. So you connect. Okay, all right, so here our shoulder to under bust is 13.5. So this is shoulder to under bust. So now input our measurement, horizontal measurement. Remember, my bust measurement is 36. So here, okay, first of all, let's connect the, first of all, connect. So here, connect the crescent dart. Alright, connect it. So here, I'll go ahead and blend here to come in. So here, you blend it in. Alright, so this is how I cut my back crescent dart. 1.5 or 1 inch extension. We don't make here to be pointed. So now go ahead and add our horizontal measurement, 9 inches. So here we remove about, let's say, 1 inch or 0.75. Then you input your sewing allowance. All right, so the same thing, the under bust was 32. Right, so 1 inch of our dart, then your sewing allowance. Okay, so you do the same thing at the waistline, 33, then 1 inch of that intake, then your sewing allowance. Right, so you go ahead and connect. Okay, so now this is it for our crescent dart, the back crescent dart. So the next thing is to cut it out. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is my neck. What I have here. Alright, remember I joined the paper. So here, so this is the back. So after you join it, you will not be shorted. That is why the reason for this extension. Okay, so this is what we have here for the back crescent dart. I'm laying here so that it will not be sharp. Alright, so this is it. So the next thing I'll do right now, I'll go ahead and transfer this on my fabric. Okay, I'll cut everything, all the pattern. So this is for the front, that is my present. So I'll transfer all of them. Remember our down part, this is the down part of this. Remember, this is the back and this is the front. So we'll drafted both the front and back together. Okay, this is our basque. So I'll go ahead and transfer everything on my fabric. So I'm done transferring all my pattern on the fabric. So I'm using this chiffon fabric. It's a chiffon fabric. So I've cut All my patterns, I've transferred them here. This is the back, as you can see. This is the back. So I've even cut out the lining. I'll be using the same fabric as the lining. Okay, so this will serve as my main fabric, and this is the lining. So I'll be using the same fabric as the lining. This is a chiffon material, right? So so this is the front. Okay, you can see I've cut the front. So this is the down part. So my gathers, I've cut out the gathers I'll be using and the sleeves as well. So you remember it's the down, so you know how many inches you're going to join to complete your dress length. So you cut the gather depending on how full you want it. Okay, so depend on the material and how full you want the gathers to be, that will determine. So I've already cut everything out, so the next thing is for me to go ahead and couple it. Okay, so i'll I'll sew them one after the other. I'll sew the main fabric and also as the lining. Okay, all right, so stay tuned guys, we'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm done joining, sewing the front and the back. So this is how far I've come. Okay, so as you can see, I'm done. I've even joined the shoulders. So I've joined the shoulders. So the only thing left for me to do right now, go ahead and join the down part. You can see our basque effect. So after joining this down part, I'll gather this. This is my gather. So I'll use this. I'll gather it and then I'll attach it here. After which I'll go ahead and attach my sleeves. Okay. Then I will come and show us the finished look. So this is what I have. This is the back. As you can see. So I'm done sewing it. So I'll go ahead, couple them together. Then I will join our gathers. Alright. Okay guys, so this is the final look of our dress, our basque gathered dress. So this is the final look. I'm done with the sewing. So this is the outcome. You can see how nice and beautiful it is. If you find this tutorial helpful guys, kindly give me a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload the new videos you will get notified. Thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. Bye.